The Outcast Podcast, where diversity meets hilarity. A white guy, a brown guy, and a black guy walk in to do a podcast, and this is what you get.
It is the Outcast Podcast, and we're back for another episode. We're proudly brought to you by Manscaped. This holiday season, do we have a deal for you at Manscaped? You got to keep your down belows nice and fresh for 100%. The holiday season.
100%.
You know, we don't get laid much here at the Outcast Podcast, but when we do.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, Ramo G, you're
Ramo's getting
right up, Ramo G.
We are talking about with ourselves, aren't we?
Oh, well, that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that works.
This is the show where we have a brown guy, a black guy, and a white guy. We all walk in, we do a podcast, and this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a guest host today.
Yes.
Filling in for Memphis. Now, I will defend Memphis. I know people will say, well, Memphis isn't here because his candidate lost, and so he doesn't want to be here to show face on the show.
What people? You?
Man, I don't know, man.
Get your punk ass outside.
He told me to fill in, so.
So he did tell me in his defense, he told me before the election results that he wasn't going to be here. So
Must have saw the poll numbers. No, I'm just kidding.
It's preemptive.
Oh, my God.
Preemptive.
what a late night it was if you stayed up to hear the crowning of, I guess it wouldn't be a crowning, what do they call it?
Coronation. I'm just kidding. They call it the inauguration, but it's not the inauguration
Not yet. Till
He-
January 1st or 6th?
January 20th, I believe.
20th?
I'm not president right now.
He's not.
Yeah, he's
Nah,
not
not yet, though.
till July 20th.
Yeah,
Let's introduce you to the cast in case you're new to the Outcast Podcast. Let's start by saying hello to our Spanish member, our brown member.
Hola.
Ramo G.
What's going on, brothers? How you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
Were you upset when you saw that Amendment 3 was going to legalize marijuana? Were you upset when you saw that only 56% wanted to get high?
You know, I'm not necessarily upset because I have my own card and I'm good with my position and where I'm at. But it really is kind of a first step that I think we needed to take as a state, and we totally dropped the fucking ball. So congratulations, Florida. You lived up to yourself.
Well, in Florida, there are a lot of elderly that live here.
They smoke it too, dude. I used to sell that shit at the dispensaries. You know who my clients were? 90% old motherfuckers.
I think people just didn't want people smoking it in public.
They can't. It was only for personal, private use.
I think it's better. That way,
That's fine.
I do
Sure,
think this
whatever.
law didn't have any restrictions on smoking it in public, which may be why some people voted against it, which it really does suck because it lost by like 0.1%.
That's
and it
stupid.
needed 60%, and it got 59.9%.
All right, whose ass do we got to kick?
man, but you taking jobs away from the dealers, man. They got families too, man.
Not really. Hey,
Shit.
dude. Hey, but here's the
Y'all
thing.
wanna
Is
give all the money to True
No,
Leave?
no. You go to Colorado and California, there's tons of black market dealers, man. Tons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I know guys out here was worried about losing their job, man.
So you had like
They just got to hustle more. That's all.
You had Donald Trump, who was for Amendment 3,
He was.
and he was sending stuff like this out. Donald Trump
I
wants
want
you
you.
to vote
Smoke
for
pot.
Amendment 3.
That was
And
awesome.
he wanted it. And then
Oh, gosh.
DeSantis was against him, who's
He
our
was.
governor, who I do like. But see, this is where I
don't.
differ sometimes with Republicans.
I
you know?
noticed that DeSantis was not at the celebration
You don't like the sanctimonious?
when they announced that he was going to be president.
He's all right.
Let's introduce you to our white member,
Yo.
Tomcat.
Dang.
Yo.
Did you wake up feeling like the air was a little cheaper this morning when you woke up to breathe in the air?
He's cheaper.
I did. I was excited. Actually, I didn't. I have a superstition where just like with football games, I won't watch the game, especially the big game.
Oh, my God.
I will not watch it.
He didn't watch nothing.
Bro, I am like 10 for 10 on
that
this.
serious?
I'm like 10 for 10 on this.
He didn't want
I
to
would
jinx-
not watch it.
he
I
didn't
went
wanna
to bed
jinx
at
him.
like 8 o'clock, and I'm like,
Jesus, man.
my lady's going to wake me up and tell me Trump won. And my lady woke me up and told me Trump won.
That's hilarious.
That's right.
That is so fucking
It
funny.
was like a superstition.
You didn't
Yes.
want to jinx your
So if
party.
you'd have watched it,
Your
he would've
little
lost.
click there.
I would have,
So y'all
I
hear
think
that?
I'm a jinx. That's for sure.
All we had to
Yeah.
do was just tie TK up and close
Make
it.
me watch
Make
it.
him
Watch
watch
bad
it.
news.
Keep his eyes open.
Give him
you
some
know what I'm
cocaine.
saying?
Make him stay up.
Let's introduce you
hell
to
of a
our
crowd.
guest host this week. We have Dirty Red in the building. What's
How
going
y'all
on?
doing? How y'all doing? My name is the absolutely fabulous Dirty Red. I'm in the building, man. I came through to squander about this election and stuff, and to see what they really talking about, because we
have a lot to chew on today's show. I guess we will start with the election. I'll start with you, Tomcat, because I know you've been a big Trump supporter. You have wanted this to happen for Donald Trump. And so I want to know, what do you think the next steps are for Don of all of the issues and all of the policies that he spoke about on his campaign? Which one are you most concerned in that you think that he's going to get in there and he's going to fix this particular problem? What do you think that is?
I am excited for the golden age of America. No tax on tips, possibly no income tax at all. I'm excited for the end of the EV mandates. All gone. Bye-bye.
What's the EV mandates?
EV mandates. That's the electrical car mandate. See ya fucking later, Betty. Tighten up the immigration, deport the criminals, and end sanctuary cities, end the handouts to the illegals. Bye. Also, strip all federal energy regulations so we can get that money, drill that oil, get the gas prices down, the energy, the grocery costs down, and then strongly support our allies overseas, including Ukraine.
Now, did the Republicans get the House?
You weren't expecting me to have anything, were you?
Well,
Well, I asked for one, and which one was the most important to you, so you really didn't answer the question.
Because none of them will get done. We know that. We've seen this show already.
I'm happy to see you prepared.
Which one do you go? Which one do you want?
Like, what one are you most wanting to see him implement? Yeah. What one means the most to you? That was the question.
I mean,
which is
you got to think
the
about
first
that?
one, I guess. The first one.
Yeah, it was the first on his list.
Which was the first one on your
What's
list?
the first?
The tax.
No taxes.
No
no income tax. That'd be great.
Now, how is
I don't
he
think
going to?
That's going to happen.
How is he going to pull that off?
Well, Florida's pulled it off. We don't have any taxes in Florida. No income tax.
We have federal.
There's a lot of
so that's the U.S. government taking it from you, not Florida. And Florida has a surplus, so we're good with our money in Florida. We're not in debt, and Florida has no income tax. So that's how they're going to do it.
And that's how we're going to do it.
I think we're all on board for no taxes. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Any other questions?
On board for that. So
that's not going to happen, though.
I'm hoping that Trump
they ain't
gets
doing
in.
that. They definitely not doing that.
That's not going to.
They would never do that. Nope.
Now, what about you, Ramo? I know that I don't know if you voted. Did you vote?
Of course. 100%.
And you voted for?
None of your business.
You're not going to tell us who you voted for?
No, I won't. But I will open this whole conversation on my part by welcoming women, in particular white women, back to the second-class citizen department. Glad to see y'all. You've been gone since I was born, but hey, nice to get you guys back into the party.
Yeah, to break down the numbers, it seems like the Latinos stepped up for Donald Trump.
Surprising.
Also, as they call them, and I've been just calling it as I read it, is the uneducated white women have been following Donald Trump.
Welcome back.
What?
The women that have gone to college, they tended to vote for Kamala.
They're smart.
Well, they're smart.
Well, they know they're going to want that abortion because they're going to college. So, they don't want that baby weighing them down. They got to get that abortion.
I'm not even going to lie.
It's more
got a point. You got a point.
It's more about the medical part of it all, like all the things that they're not going to be able to get, like healthcare wise, if they need it, more so than the abortion part, because that's something.
What healthcare won't they be able to get?
Well, if they're bleeding out because their baby's dying inside of them, they could get sepsis. It's happened already.
They're never going to let. That's not true.
See,
it's
already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened. Okay, so that's fine. Whatever. You guys live with that shit. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, you can regulate the other shit, and you can try to stop the other shit. But when it comes to stuff like that, that's why a total ban is fucked up. Like,
no one's having a total ban.
I hope not, because we are smart. We're smart enough as
he can't ban it, dude.
To understand.
He doesn't have the power to ban it.
Yeah, well, to understand that there are situations where things have to happen.
Yeah,
and that might be a situation, just like a lot of times when people are in a coma or something, and their family has to make a decision. Cut it off, dude. Like, we can't wait no more.
Penis?
Like,
what the
that
fuck?
Too. But no, I mean, I'm serious. But I mean, it's just shit like that. Like,
So the thing that you feel strongly about the policy and the issue is healthcare.
Not so much healthcare. I just think that a lot of the things they want to implement don't benefit most of society.
When you say things, what do you mean specifically?
Well, starting from what Tomcat was talking about, tax cuts.
You don't want tax cuts?
No, I definitely think that the middle class deserves tax cuts. But I think the billionaires that are fucking raking in $1 gajillion a year and not paying fucking... And that's not to say that they need to pay more than us with what they make with us, but there are certain brackets. And the way that even back in the golden age, if you look back, the rich were okay with paying more on some of their higher gains because they know that a lot of those higher gains came from people like us and the hard work, and they used to give us pensions and shit like that. You know what? I worked 20 years for iHeart. You know what I got? A kick out the fucking door. You know what? 50 years ago, you do that, they gave you a fucking pension. I wouldn't have to work right now.
Yeah.
That definitely. And you don't get that. You know why? Because corporations have taken over America, and we just cut out the fucking middleman. Congratulations.
Damn. How about you, Dirty Red? Where were you when you heard the news? Did you stay up until I noticed it was 2:45 Eastern, and that's when I noticed the network started to concede, even though CNN, MSNBC, the networks, they kept it at 260 or 266. They wouldn't give them the full 270. But were you up at 2:45 in the morning to hear the announcement?
Yeah, actually, I was. I was actually making
still up. Yeah,
I was making a beat because I produce some music, so I'm making a beat.
I'm fucking with you.
And I was up, and then I decided, I had looked at some of the numbers, and I knew he was gonna win because I was scrolling.
At what point you knew he was gonna win?
I mean, I kind of knew he was gonna win before the election, but just because of the sheer amount of people that I knew personally from all sides of the fence that was actually supporting him, even more so than the support that he got last time. So I knew that it was a hard road for her to win,
100%.
And I think being a woman played a factor,
Sure.
And the fact that she was already the vice president. So, that kind of...
A lot of shit be felt on her.
A lot of shit be felt on her. COVID, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the people have spoken, and...
Sure.
Are you surprised that he got more of the black vote this time than he did last time?
Well, not really, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of my peers and the people from my community, they don't really, care about, policy as much as they care about just getting to the bag. So a lot of these people, the Russians did a real good job, I think, of misinforming a lot of people with a lot of conspiracy theory stuff that I saw on Facebook. And I would try to tell people, like, y'all kind of like just kind of slow because y'all believe in that shit.
I would say
No. There are some very notable posts that I went through, people on Instagram, and I know they I know they Russian bots. Then they saw in Discord, and they making up fake stories, and people believe that stupid shit.
What was the story?
It's just all kind of shit, just shit that wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
Even shit from Donald Trump people would share shit that wasn't even fucking true, like AI videos, and I'm like, people don't know that shit ain't AI.
Right, yeah.
It is nothing. It was so much stuff going on either side. It was nothing specific that you can. It was just a lot of people from all sides. Like you can see a post and it can clearly be something that most people will common sense agree on, and then you'll have people going against it. But it's like you go check out their profile and then you're like, oh no, these bots, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they might say some stupid shit that ain't true. That somebody done said, not everybody believing it. Just like with Kamala. People were saying shit about her that probably wasn't true necessarily. And same with Trump. So it's been happening. And people definitely got a bid for who they want to be president that's outside this country because it benefit them, you know what I'm saying? And we do the same war games. We do the same shit. We go over there and fuck their elections up and fuck with them and try to get the people we want in power. So,
it's true.
That's just what it is. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of shit Trump say, but I think he just pandered to a lot of different people just to try to get the vote. I don't think he means some of that shit.
That is politics to pander.
I guess it is.
100%.
I mean, it is.
100%. Yeah, no.
I got a friend that his dad hates Trump, right? And he's been saying to my friend, he's been like, I ain't getting my hair cut until Trump goes to jail or gets assassinated. And last night he finally called my buddy and he's like, come on over, I need a fucking haircut.
Oh my God.
Funny,
yeah, he's finally conceded old Trumper ain't going to jail. And
Well, definitely not that.
Teflon Don.
I know
Yeah.
He's done it again.
I don't know. He might get killed though. I think
It's magnificent.
I think it's his vice president that's trying to.
You think his vice president trying to get him out of there?
Hell yeah! That way, old JD
shit,
can take
man.
over and run the
JD
shit.
Vance, man. You know, I don't know much about the guy. You know, to be honest, man.
Nobody does.
Tomcat does. He read his book.
That has nothing to do
You
with
read
him.
his book,
That's-
Tomcat?
It's just it's a book.
Was
It's
it a
not-
good book?
It's
It's
not
a
about him.
bestseller. It's a bestseller.
It is.
Every
It's a
book
good
that
book.
comes out is a bestseller.
But it's
yo.
not. It's not about him. It's just a story that he wrote.
It's
It's a story about his life
No,
growing up.
about
it's
him.
Well, he
not.
made it up.
It's not.
It is
a lot.
story
A lot of
about
this.
him.
No, from what I understand,
What's
a
it
lot
about?
of the stories
fiction?
are different stories that he gathered from people he knows and some of his family members and things of that nature.
So he a rapper.
but not necessarily his personal experiences.
Thanks for telling
So he
me.
like
That's in the
Drake.
book
So he
that I
basically
read. I
like a
appreciate
Drake.
it.
He like a rapper like
Yeah,
Drake.
no, I'm just saying. Yeah, like I mean, I'm not saying that
making up shit
he
that
was
he's
lying,
seen.
like he was making it up.
Sure,
I'm just
ask the
saying,
guy
like,
that didn't read the book.
I
What's in
think
it?
everybody that does that.
Yeah.
What was in the book? Let's ask
He
the
just
guy.
told you.
No,
he knows.
No,
Yeah,
You just heard it.
yeah. It's family experiences and different things of that he had growing up, and maybe a couple of them were his and things like that. But like, it wasn't from what I understand, it wasn't a biography of his life in
He
general.
wasn't an autobiography.
According to the
Yeah,
supercomputer,
autobiography.
the supercomputer says it's the 2016 memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. And it does say that there is discrepancies, and they've been noted between Vance's portrayal of his family history and some documented records, leading to people questioning it, maybe.
A little, yeah.
So he should have vetted his
But,
information
he
before he wrote the
embellished
book.
it. That's fine. I mean, but there's nothing wrong with embellishing in a book that you write. Like, that's fine.
But
Most people
he
do
did
it.
talk about the
It makes it
challenges
better.
of his upbringing, and he
Sure.
did talk about where he grew up. So there's
Okay.
a lot of truth
He added,
to the
he
book.
added a
There
little
could be,
fluff. You know, did a little
Yeah.
fabrication like
I'm
we
not
do in
saying there's
rapping.
anything wrong with
What
it.
was the
I'm
fluff?
just saying, like, it's not, you
Yeah,
know,
what was
it's
the fluff, the
probably
filler?
not.
What
I
was
don't
the
know. I
fluff?
hope he got fluffed, though.
He's a fluffer.
He's a fluffer. Why you shitting on your boy like that?
Shit,
I
bro.
know there's a lot of people out there that have hate for Trump, and I voted for him. But I will tell you why I voted for him, because I was pretty. It was
You got a
pretty,
pair?
Bigoted.
it was
Pretty
pretty. It was
racist.
pretty
Yeah, you're a
easy.
bigot.
It's pretty easy to see that the Democratic Party owns the machine when you have ABC, you have NBC, you have CBS, you have CNN, you have the New York Times.
They don't own that.
Well, they own the narrative.
I don't think
that
so.
is.
But some of
No,
the
it's
shit that he be
100%.
saying is true
I don't
though.
think so.
It's 100% true.
So Trump don't say dumb shit and it
No,
be on camera.
I didn't say that he doesn't say dumb shit.
Okay, now.
What I'm saying is, I saw the machine that is the Democratic Party. You can look it up. They had 8 times the money that Donald Trump has, and a lot of people think, oh, he's a billionaire. He's the only guy that's went into the White House and now has less money getting
That's
into
his own
politics.
That's like all the lawyer fees he had to pay for, all the damn family
And he
charges
sucks
that
in
them
business,
motherfuckers got,
dude. He
man.
bankrupt 6 businesses.
Yeah,
didn't
man, the fuck.
he? What do you think? He's not going to do that to America?
Well, I know people are concerned with people getting in and doing corrupt shit in the White House and putting money in their pockets.
Come on,
It
you
doesn't-
know they
done
gonna do
that.
that.
I
You
think
know
they
they
all
gonna
do
do
that.
that.
It doesn't look like he's doing that.
Well,
He
we
totally
need to try to
is.
get
He's
some
worth
money.
He's
less
just
money.
good at hiding it.
You know he hiding that shit.
Please,
We
come
might
on.
as well-
You guys cannot be that
Y'all
naive.
ain't not.
You know you're just
y'all
Donald
making
ain't
fucking
shit up right
Trump,
now,
dude.
right?
Bro,
You're just
don't
making-
do
you're
that.
just
You know we not making shit up. You know
Right
that-
now, you're making up shit.
All
You
right.
have no proof of what you're
No,
talking about.
I don't. I can guarantee
So
it.
you're
though.
making shit
I
up.
think they all do it.
Which is
I
fine.
think,
I mean,
I think
but-
every
Be
president
real.
has been
I
able
am.
to
That's
use
why
it
Be
to make money.
fucking real.
I am. Do you think I want to speak up and get you guys bitching at me? But I have to because you're just making shit up now.
Yeah, no, I don't have proof that that's
We're
happening.
doing, it's the fluff.
But I
You have
believe-
the fluff.
All
I
right.
believe that probably most presidents, if not all of them, have used that.
You taking some off the top.
to
I know
get-
I am.
Yeah, I think they've all kind of used it to gain money.
Especially Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he got all kind of shit.
He got all kind of
He
talk.
got his dick sucked. That's it right there.
But
Excuse
Dirty
my
Red,
language.
would you agree? I don't know how much you watch NBC, CBS,
I do.
ABC,
I watch
CNN.
news every day.
All the big networks, don't they generally lean towards the Democratic Party, and especially Hollywood and the movie stars?
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
do. Yeah, they do. They do.
So to me, it was a
They do in
victory.
they do in except the only one was Fox. You know, that's the only one at a time, and then they even turned turned on him. But I mean, at the end of the day, some of the shit he bring on himself, like it's. I just don't like the pandering to the hateful rhetoric and stuff that I've heard. Like a lot of times, it ain't even about it's just about the type of person he is to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And the things he says, I think that's what the problem is. It's not so much that it's Trump. It's just like, bro, like you be saying some shit that if anybody else said, damn well they wouldn't have voted him to be president. Let's just fucking be real. If Obama would have said that shit that man was doing, goddamn well they wouldn't have had that nigga in office. And we can say, and if you gotta pick that out, that's just especially if he was a felon.
He's not a felon. He's not a felon because you're not a felon until you're actually sentenced. You probably didn't know that. So he hasn't been sentenced yet.
I'm a convicted felon.
He hasn't been sentenced yet, and he's going to wipe his court cases clean. So he's not a felon.
Of course, but that's the taking some off top. That's the taking some off top.
100%. You can say that all you want, but the fact of the matter is, that's some fucked up shit that went down.
It is some fucked up shit.
What fucked up shit?
Everything he did.
Which thing?
That's really corruption, bro.
Yeah,
what did he do?
All the shit they charged him with.
The quid pro quo he did for DeSantis.
All that shit. The
quid pro quo he did for DeSantis to get DeSantis voted in. That's why the True Leave here with the weed, bro. Do your research.
He caught you with that one.
Well, you have to explain what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the fact that Governor Ron DeSantis, when he was running, needed the endorsement of President Trump. And in order for him to get the endorsement for President Trump, he had to allow medical marijuana, because he really is a super far-right Christian who don't believe in smoking weed and none of that shit.
I have the details of these things that he's being charged with. The indictment alleges that Trump retained classified documents after he left the office. So we all heard about that. Yeah. Remember, he packed up.
I did everything right.
And then the other thing was the 2020 election interference.
He did that.
People are saying that him and his associates tried to overturn the results of the 2020.
They're eating the pets.
No, we
audio.
The other one was the New York hush money case. This is the charges that were
he paid that
hush
bitch.
money in 2016.
He paid that hoe.
But that's not illegal.
That was proven too.
It ain't illegal to pay the hoes?
No.
I didn't have something to do with him doing it to become president.
He didn't become president, so that's corruption.
No, they said that his lawyer paid it, and there was a book. It was basically a transactional error on the paper. You're not supposed to have your lawyer pay it, and then you pay them back. You're supposed to pay it yourself. Which would have been campaign finance violation. So it was really, I think, to me, it was shady. The whole thing. All the people who prosecuted him were Democrats. Ain't a Republican that prosecuted him. That doesn't make you.
Shit.
That doesn't.
Why the
what
fuck?
Do you mean no shit?
Why would they?
You think that Republicans are that shady that they wouldn't prosecute someone if they did something wrong just because they're a Republican? That's not true, though.
I think a lot of the ones he appointed wouldn't.
Shit.
That's not true.
They did.
A lot of the ones
they
he
did
appointed
it back
would
in
not.
the day.
Which one?
How about that bitch down in Miami?
Okay, I like her. She's hot.
Yeah, no, she's not. She's
You talking about
gross.
Stormy?
No,
Stormy, that bitch.
I'm talking about the judge.
She's a
in
senator.
Miami.
Oh, a judge. Okay.
Yeah, how about let's start there. And then see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can try to say all this shit, but look, the signs are there, bro. The signs are there.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Whatever.
What signs?
Like, he's not. The thing for me is, it didn't feel when he was president that things got better for any of us, and I really don't expect them to get much better for us anymore. Like, moving forward, at least while he's there.
Would you guys agree that the interest rates were a lot lower when he was the president?
When he first became president, yes. Thanks to Obama's
thanks for the policies of Obama. Because
but after 2 years, the whole country went to shit, and we could all agree to that.
Fixed
and
Bush.
I know COVID.
So Obama didn't fix Bush.
COVID was part of that. We're not going to blame
time.
him for that. We're not going to blame him for that, because obviously that was a worldwide thing, and everybody got fucked up for that. But for my own argument, I was laid off from a giant corporation months before COVID hit. So that tells me one thing. They either knew the market was going to shit, or they knew COVID was getting ready to hit.
Or the corporation had a bad market model.
Yeah. Could have been that too.
Could have been the corporation itself.
I don't think it was.
No
I think they're
self-responsibility at all?
downsizing. No, definitely.
It was Trump's fault?
No.
Trump
I'm not
was the
saying
reason
it.
why he
I'm not
got let
saying
go?
it was Trump's fault. No, not at all. But I'm saying the way that the economy was going in the direction what they
The
were
economy
seeing,
was good all the way up
it
until
was
COVID.
going down.
It was
going down.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It was
going
going.
down.
Yes,
It's
it was.
proven. Yeah,
It was going down.
It was going
Because
down.
I was finna buy. That's when I was going to buy my house. Yes, it was going down.
It was going down.
It was going down.
But I mean,
because
it's fine,
the price of
whatever.
the houses was dropping because they wasn't
We're
selling.
gonna see now. We'll see now. We'll see now what he does, and I'm willing to give him that chance again. Awesome. Let's do it. Make shit happen. You say you can make it better. I want to see Tomcat
Me
buy
too.
a fucking house. I want to see you buy a house.
I never wanted to buy a house.
Well, I'm just saying, but no, because you argued about that. I can't even buy. You've yelled at
Americans can't buy houses.
Okay, well, I want to see Americans buy houses.
That'd be great. I'd like to see it
I want
too.
to see fucking people be able to afford. So if he can do that, good. That's what we need done. But if he doesn't, like he didn't the last time, then we're back in the same
He did do it the last time. That's why people voted him in. That's why he won the popular vote this time by 5 million votes.
I'm good with that. Good.
We good.
Let's see
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Let's see it then. Let's see some action.
I'm all about it. Yeah.
I am so glad that it's you sitting here saying that instead of me right now.
Yeah.
But it don't matter because at the end of the day, we still got to live here
together. It's a beautiful
together.
day right now.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
No, it's good. I want to see it though.
I mean, the hard part is now that he actually has to execute on the things that he's going to do. He says he's going to clean up the border, and these illegals 100%. Are not going to suck on the government teat. I hope he does do something about that. I hope he is going to bring down the grocery prices. That's something we all feel.
We all can use that.
I hope he lowers the interest rates so that we can borrow money. I hope TK's right, and he's going to lower our taxes, and I'm rooting for the guy. And I would be rooting for Kamala if she won today too. I'd be rooting 100%. For the country to win.
I was planning on rooting for her. I thought, I was thinking maybe she could win. I thought she might pull it out. Gentry was thinking like, there's no way this guy's going to win. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of agreed with him. They weren't going to let him win. And I still think the rascal Raskin might try to pull some stuff about when they have to certify it. Who knows?
No,
but
I don't think so. I think it's done.
I have to and I have don't. I think it is done because of how handily he won.
It's the popular.
Yeah, the popular vote. There's really no argument. And this country needed that so damn bad. Whichever one of these two people won, it needed to be definitive.
No contest.
We did not need a close election. Thank goodness.
Yeah, because it would have been some bullshit and everybody, he ain't counting the votes and all this shit. It's like she lost by so much. It's like you can't even say nothing. It is what it is. You know. I
just asked the supercomputer about the economy leading into COVID, and the supercomputer says the economy was performing well before the onset of COVID-19, showing signs of growth with record unemployment, steady job creation, and rising wages. However, there were some concerns, particularly regarded to debt levels. He did cause the country to go further into debt. And other issues there was some tension between China and the U.S. at the time.
Tariffs.
Manufacturing and trade tensions were happening. So the negatives.
That's where the COVID come from.
And then next thing you know, we get the COVID from
You already
China.
fucking know, buddy. You already know. What are you talking about? Shit. You just connected the dots like real fast right there.
Don't get this motherfucker started, bro.
You can't handle the truth.
Dude,
that wasn't even hard. He's like, wait, you're saying the Wuhan virus came from Wuhan, where there's a lab that works on bat coronaviruses in Wuhan? And it's the Wuhan virus.
I'm sorry, Gentry. That was good. I had to.
We have labs locally in America that do the same shit.
We got monkey farms.
It was the name of the virus, though.
Yeah, I don't. Well, that's because of freaking racist fucking assholes.
No, they had a name for it, but he didn't know.
But it did come from Wuhan.
No, that was from.
It was called the Wuhan virus before. No. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember it was, bro.
That's as bad as the Spanish. I remember people were saying that, but I don't think that was the official name of the motherfucker. Like, you guys are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now here's a concern I have is that they've done all these things to try to destroy Donald Trump, and some of it he has put upon himself for sure. But if you couldn't see that there was the machine trying to take him down, I mean, they were trying to do everything. The guy had bullets flying at him. He had indictments.
All right, that had nothing to do with
He was being impeached.
The Democrats.
That ain't got nothing to do with them Democrats, man.
He earned those impeachments.
He earned them
impeachment.
impeachment.
He was doing.
They were trying to impeach him from the moment that he became president last time.
I don't remember
because they know the motherfucking dirt on him, man.
I don't remember that. It was a while. It was about a year or so.
But the point is, if you think that they're just going to let him govern, even if he has the House and the Senate, if you think that he's just going to be able to do whatever he wants, I don't think that they're going to allow that.
That's why he was talking about the enemies from within, and they were freaking out. Now they're fucking really freaking out now.
I mean, they didn't because didn't they control the Senate at one point?
They did.
And they still ain't get shit did?
And that's what I'm saying, dude.
Like for real, bro. I remember a time when they controlled the Senate, and guess what?
Listen,
nothing fucking happened.
All we need, we need nothing to happen. Stay the fuck out of our lives. That's what we need.
You're right.
We don't need nothing to happen.
I agree with you on that.
Make the energy cheap. When the energy goes cheap, everything is going to go cheap.
Make weed legal.
You're right.
because
if they do it
just make
federally,
weed legal federally.
a country like this depends on cheap, lots of energy, cheap energy. So push down the price of oil, the price of energy. We get these EVs rolling. Everybody who wants an EV gets an EV. We get them flying out the window. Then everybody who wants their gas car and their four-wheeler to go tearing it up, and they can have it. That's what that's what's happening now. We don't have to deal with the EV mandates. It's gone.
I say
it is amazing.
I'm
so happy.
I say as well as that, as well as everything you're saying, why don't we also hold corporations fucking responsible and let them not make record fucking profits while we're paying fucking exorbitant prices on shit?
That's true.
Because that's going on right now too. So we need to fucking curtail that shit, and hopefully Don could do something about that. But I'm sorry, I don't think he's gonna have his our back against his people's back, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, his speech was kind of selfish.
He is corporate America, and I understand it. Corporate America.
Didn't corporate America the people that bet against him and paid for Kamala to beat him?
No.
All the rich people and the Silicon Valley people.
I think there's rich people backing both of them with certain interests.
Yep.
And the interests that are backing him are very
sinister.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, I wouldn't say sinister, but like there's a lot of like the Heritage Foundation and all that.
He's not with the Heritage Foundation,
dude.
He's not.
They're part of his crew,
No, they're
dude.
not. No, they're not.
Dude, they're there with them. He's spoken at their fucking
They're a
conventions
conservative organization.
They are.
They
work together.
But he has disavowed them, and he won't even let them at his rallies anymore. That's the truth of the matter.
If that's true, then that's good, because they're not good for America. And I just
they weren't helping him at all. It was almost got him unelected because
of their Project 2025.
Yes, the Project 2025 was the biggest thing that hurt him. The way the Democrats are really smart at weaponizing that, and it was just a phrase. You didn't have to explain it. It just meant Orange Man bad, boy. Project 2025. And people were just like, you damn right, I don't want that. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's bad.
But if you did any amount of small research,
it was fucked up.
If you did any amount of small research like I did, the reason I made a post and I said Project 25 these nuts, because if you were read into it, if you would have read into it, you would have known that he didn't even have nothing to do with that shit.
Right.
This was just
wait a minute.
Right.
What his name was in it over 300 times.
What'd you call it?
I said Project 25 these nuts.
His name was in it over 300 times.
Yeah, but they wrote it.
Sure.
They wrote it.
And
whatever. Now, didn't J.D. Vance write a preface for it or some shit like that?
Hold on.
J.D. Vance didn't he work with that? Didn't he have something to like write a preface for it or some shit like that?
It didn't have anything to do with their campaign either. They're not. These people had. I would say that
they don't always tell the truth.
Who? Vance and Trump.
None of them.
People. Period.
None of them. Nobody. I wouldn't even put them on an island with that shit. People lie.
What? Jeffrey Epstein?
Everybody.
Everybody.
That Epstein list is coming out now. Oh shit!
Yeah. With Trump's
we're about to find out who killed JFK. JFK Jr.'s dad. We're about to get that Epstein list. We're about to UFOs. Bring them out. Let's go.
He probably finna let Diddy out.
Hey, they were promising that shit in 2016.
Look, he said, I'm not going to argue with that. See, he know. He might let Diddy out. Diddy might be coming home. That boy might be on countdown. Might be on countdown.
I'd like to check with the truck real quick. I know we've been anticipating a live shot of Kamala Harris. You know, she didn't go and speak with her people after she lost. Typically, the losing candidate will go out and at least address her fans or her followers, her supporters, her constituents. And she did not do that. And I hear as of this morning, she still hasn't said anything.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Yes.
Didn't she make a phone call to Don
yeah, she conceded to the campaign.
Are we still waiting?
Is this?
It's probably not set up yet.
This is a live. Is this a live? Hold on, I'm going to go to the truck. If we could get Jacob back there, our technical director. Are they still waiting for Kamala to say something?
Yeah, we're still waiting.
Seriously. We're still. So what's going on? We have a live shot here. We're waiting for her.
She's late, fashionably.
And we're still waiting.
Yeah, she should have immediately did that. I mean, like, you know, I remember when John McCain lost to Obama, and he immediately he calmed everybody down. People were booing. That's one thing I liked about John McCain.
He was a good dude.
He had class, you know, and he calmed those people down. I was like, look, man, this is our president, and we're gonna have to support him. You know, and he stood there and he conceded right then and there. She should have did that last night because it kind of it's you kind of like being a bad sport. Now you can say on the other hand, Trump would have did the same thing, but you got to take the high road if you really living that life. If this what you stand for and your values, and you say that, because Trump gonna show you who he is. But if you saying you a good person and you trying to do this, then if you lost, you should have you should have came up off that speech and just face the
100%.
I agree with that.
If she comes out and says something during the show, we'll take you there live. Cool. Do we have a clip from Trump last night at 2:45 Eastern time?
He was still up.
He talking about Melania Mama.
He takes.
He looked like that part. It was 9 o'clock.
He was talking about Melania Mama. She's such a good lady.
He takes those Adderalls, so
it looks like it's 9 o'clock.
He does take Addies.
I'm on Addy right now.
He sure is.
All right, let's. This is from last night after Trump gets announced as the victor and the 47th president. Roll the tape.
It is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Isn't this crazy?
Hey.
I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve.
He's reading off a prompter, you can tell.
Promptly.
Be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
I think we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Now, doesn't J.D. Vance remind you of a grocery store employee?
Well, the name reminds me of a washer and dryer appliance store.
J.D.
Vance appliance store,
J.D. Vance appliance store. Yes, it does.
The wacky waving flailing guy.
Or some new shoes. Let's get our hands on some of those new J.D. Vances.
They sold J.D. Vance at Sears. You know that's
So we'll move on from the election in a moment. But I would like to ask Red. I haven't asked you. What is the one issue or one policy out there that you feel strongly about that you were hoping Kamala would take care of, or you're hoping that Trump will do?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had just got to the point where I was like, well, Trump already lost one time, and he old. And then I was like, we ain't never had a woman president. So to be honest, I just was like, fuck it, just give her a shot. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what type of time I was on. I ain't really give a fuck about the policies because honestly, the policies don't really affect me because when I wake up on a day-to-day basis, I got to do what's best for me. When 100%. I woke up today, 100%. It felt the same as yesterday. I got 100%. Bills due.
Had to work.
And I got to come, I got to work and I got to make it happen. But if it was one thing I can say that I was hoping that she could have did was basically just become president just to show, my daughters that it's possible for a woman to become president. So I do hope that one day the country is ready for that. But as of now, I just don't think we are.
Yes, they are. They're not ready for her. She was a terrible candidate.
Well, where was she?
Again, personal responsibility. It's not everyone in America's fault that she lost. It's her fault.
Yeah, but Donald Trump was a terrible person and he still won.
And a terrible president.
I don't know. You want me to respond to that? I don't have anything to say to that.
You don't.
Your knees too dirty.
That is your feeling. I don't know what I mean to say.
You can't respond to it because your knees too dirty.
I don't know what you're even talking about right now.
Need to wipe that.
That's the Adderall talking.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You need to wipe that shit.
I'll tell you why I thought he was a decent president is because we did have low interest rates. We did have low unemployment. We didn't have any wars. He got us out of Afghanistan.
That was fucking the wrong way to leave, though. He definitely left in a fucked up way.
And Iran, when Iran played around, that Mali, whatever his name was, that's his name. I'm just saying
we got him. We did get him.
He went and got him with a
Qasem
drone.
Soleimani.
But they all get somebody.
And so,
Obama got what's his name?
Osama.
We didn't have any issues with Russia and Ukraine. At one point, he went over and shook hands with the guy from North Korea.
Russia can't even fuck with Ukraine, really.
They
can't fuck with us. Fuck Russia. Not in a bad way. I love y'all, Russia. I'm just saying.
Although now that
I'm just saying.
North Korean troops are fighting in Russia, maybe that would be helpful to have somebody that's a little friendlier with the little fat dude.
North
Korea?
Man, we ain't friendly with them people. Them people crazy as hell.
They don't give a fuck about us, bro.
Them people don't care about you.
I didn't say they give a fuck about us.
I smash them people, bro.
Listen, you got...
If I was a government, I would have been dropped the bomb on that motherfucking guy.
You guys say I shouldn't be all a warmonger and I don't go to war.
I would have dropped the bomb on North Korea a long time ago.
He is.
Put them people out in misery. Them people suffering over there. You never seen that shit? I watched the video one night. I went down the rabbit hole.
It's pretty fucked up over
there. Go down the rabbit hole and see.
Seen it.
Go down the fuck. It's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I know what he does.
That shit's crazy.
But we can't. Again, we can't go around fucking being the world's policeman.
All right, let's move on again.
No, we are the big brother.
Let's move on again.
We put ourselves there.
I'm going to quickly play a little homage to my man Quincy Jones. Died of the age of 91. And man, Quincy could do it all. The thing that impressed me the most with Quincy, and I know me, Tomcat, and Ray do a show called Vinyl Boys.
We do.
We recommend you go watch it. When we did the Vinyl Boys on We Are the World, and we talked about that night when he got all those stars, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Whitney Houston.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous amount of people all in one room.
He was the only one that could do that. We agreed.
And Quincy was able to get everybody on the same page and come up with a great song. And the things he did for the album Thriller. But we lost a good soul in Quincy Jones. And you're a producer, Dirty Red. You like Quincy, obviously.
Man, listen, Quincy is, I always tell people that I consider myself to be like the Quincy Jones mixed with a little Teddy Riley, you know what I'm saying, and Babyface up Fort Myers, in Florida, period, in the South. And Quincy Jones, I always looked up to Quincy Jones as a composer. And, he not only did he do We Are the World in that generation back in the 80s, I don't know if you remember, he also did on Jason's Lyric soundtrack the song You Will Know, which was by Black Men United, which featured artists like Stokely, Young Usher, you had H-Town, you had the group Shy, you had, every R&B artist you can think of in the 90s, where you remember that song, Ramo? You Will Know, R. Kelly.
Yeah.
He had Brian McKnight and everybody on that, on stage and stuff. So, it's a big loss to the music community. And, and I don't really listen to the rumors when it comes to them talking about Quincy because, Michael Jackson would have been put that shit out there.
What was the rumors?
You know how they try to associate him with Diddy and him doing, shit like that and all that, that homophobic talk that they be talking. I've heard stuff like that.
Have you?
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that about Quincy.
I haven't really heard much. I haven't heard much.
Yeah, it do suck. No, it's out there.
I've heard that about Clive Davis. Definitely, I've heard that about him.
I may have. You're right,
but not about
Quincy. Never.
I heard
that.
Now, how
about the work he did with?
I've heard that about Quincy with Tevin Campbell.
Really?
People out tried to insinuate stuff like that because Tevin Campbell came out like he.
See, and that's why I like hanging out with you, dude, because we get all the fucking juice when we talking and hang out with you.
I'm an R&B fucking, I'm an R&B like dictionary.
Dude, that trip to Orlando, I learned all kind of shit. This the folk town, I learned 10 years of what the fuck is going down in 2 hours.
Hey man,
no, actually, we was in the car for about 5, 6.
We was in that motherfucker for a long time. We had to stop by 6 times. Don't never drive no don't never listen to nobody. Don't never get in no Tesla. You can't even drive from Fort Myers to Orlando with 3 people in the car without stopping twice. That shit crazy, bro.
And that shit takes forever to fill up. What were we at? 20 minutes, 25 minutes?
20 minutes for a charge.
Holy shit. They need to have, you know what they need to do? If somebody was smart, they would open a restaurant that had those chargers in the goddamn parking lot. Because then people would come get gas and sit down and fucking eat for 20 minutes.
A lot of them are at Targets, in the Target parking lots, and they put them near malls.
They got a Starbucks.
So that you could walk over.
The mall.
Grab a
that's
sandwich.
A great one. The
I
mall.
don't see why they just don't make the fucking paint. You know how they got the roof with the solar tiles? They should just put fucking solar on the fucking whole car.
On the hood.
I know they got solar reflective material that they can use that they use on, some of our...
we ain't ready for that.
Air...
What do you think, Tomcat?
All right, it is that time. It's time for our newsman, our not so good newsman.
Hey,
you got the stage.
It was a wave.
Where's your jacket?
I got a real stash today.
It was a wave of red.
Where's my jacket? Oh, that's okay. I don't need it.
You're gonna jack it off today?
I forgot my jacket today.
Jack
That's
it off. Jack it off.
Yeah,
today,
Tomcat, tell us what you got.
Today, November 6th, is a date marked by many historical events, such as 1962, when Saudi Arabia proclaimed the abolition of slavery. Way to get with the program, guys. I don't know why I looked at you, Dirty Red, when I said that.
Damn.
The
See what I'm
first
saying?
That's that bigotry coming out. Yeah. See
See what I'm saying? You see what we got to deal with?
See? You see? That's what we're talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about, man.
First
Y'all don't even see it.
Stop it. The first intercollegiate American football game, which took place on November 6, 1869 at Rutgers College.
Rutgers.
Who defeated Princeton University 6-4.
That's racist because there wasn't nothing but a bunch of white folks out there, I bet.
Right.
That's why the score was 6-4.
That's right. New York women's suffrage. Did you know what that means?
Yes, I play Red Dead Redemption.
On November 6, 1917, New York adopted a constitutional amendment that gave women the right to vote in state elections.
You ever play Red Dead Redemption 2 and they got the women's suffrage and you got the lady and you can tie her up and put her on the train?
Okay, I love that
that's
game.
fucked up.
That is a good game.
Yes,
it is National Nacho Day, Ramo.
Nacho
National
Mama.
Stress Awareness Day, Democrats. And National Saxophone Day, Dirty Red.
Yes, because I play the saxophone,
Which is
guys.
amazing. Which is amazing.
He does.
Because I put that on there, and I didn't know you were going to be here today.
Hey,
That's
Tom,
crazy.
I thought
When I
that
did
was
this.
I thought that was a black joke.
we got to cut in real quick. We have breaking news. Breaking news. It looks
Real
like
news.
Oh, shit.
Kamala Harris is stepping up to the podium. Let's go live to
Uh-oh.
our vice president.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon indeed, bitch.
Damn, bro, what's she got to be all that?
Man,
Sorry
watch your
about that.
mouth.
My bad.
Calm down.
Good afternoon.
Don't be a sore
I mean,
winner.
biatch.
Don't be a
Be
sore winner.
respectful.
Yeah.
She's a vice
Thank
president.
you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Not for long.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unfortunately.
So let me say, and I love you back.
She looks like she needs some color.
Damn, dog.
So let me
Trying to say, dog.
my heart is full
She ain't
today.
black?
That's
My heart is full today.
Let's hear what she has to
Full
say.
of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright.
That was nice. Go America.
yeah,
That's
man.
right.
That's what it's really all about.
100%.
As we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting.
For America.
100%.
To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much.
What about
To
Tampon Tim?
President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for
No,
your
they-
faith and support.
He's in trouble.
All right.
To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue.
There's the Tampon Tim shout out.
Don't be
my
a dick.
God.
Don't be a dick. He's a
And
good
to my
dude.
extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you.
Trump wouldn't have said that if he lost.
This is definitely the
But I
best
am
speech
so
he's
proud
given.
of the race we ran.
You
And the way we ran it.
and my favorite.
And the way we ran it, over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background,
It's not enough Latinos.
united by love of country, with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future.
People are idiots.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. That was good to hear from Kamala. I'm
Yeah.
glad she
Yeah,
finally
you know,
stepped up and said something.
She didn't. I was waiting for her to say America because she kind of should have just said that. Because
She needs to bring people
You
together,
know, like-
and it felt like she was still like fight maybe the fight what like
you know that's what I was gonna say.
like,
Like,
yeah,
No, I think
you
she
need
was
to
just
like
saying-
bring people together because people are freaking out. You called this guy Hitler for like
I
you
think-
said
I-
this guy's Hitler.
But he
I
do
think
be
she
Now
saying-
he's the president.
But he do
I
say
think she
shit
meant.
like that.
I
though.
think she
You gotta
meant.
say he ain't Hitler.
I think she meant to say fight for the American dream.
We don't know if we don't know if he Hitler yet.
It's okay. I
don't
feel
know
like
if he
she
Hitler
should have
yet.
said, "Hey, sorry guys, this guy's not really Hitler, and he's not. All his supporters aren't really fascist Nazis, and
Some of
so
them are. A lot of them
treat
are.
each other well.
A lot of them
A lot
are.
of you are.
Okay. All right. Next up, he thought he was the man, but he blew off his hand. You
Oh,
guys
shit.
saw about? You guys saw the Dodgers versus the New York
Yes.
Yankees. Los Angeles Dream World Series celebration turned into a nightmare for a Dodgers fan who lost a couple of his fingers after a firework explosion.
Go Dodgers!
Man, this shit's crazy.
Oh, shit. He lost his hand?
He lost his hand.
That's
his
Kevin
fingers.
King. He's 25.
Oh,
He's involved
shit.
in the now viral firework incident. Blew off his hand. Well, not really his whole hand, just his pointer finger.
Oh, look at all the
No,
blood.
more than
yeah.
one finger. He
Yeah, he lost a couple.
lost his whole.
His doctor said he doesn't understand how he was able to walk away with any injuries that weren't life-threatening. That thing was right in his face. He protected 90% of his face, they said. So don't play with fireworks, dude.
That's stupid, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, this one's crazy. He was kicked back watching the game. Now his shirt is bloody and stained. The new body cam footage from the Florida Gators-Georgia Bulldogs game on Saturday shows a man fighting with the crowd fighting the cops, and he was calling the black cop the N-word.
Oh, shit.
Oh, tase his ass.
Well, damn, he
Man,
came
he's
up like that
pretty,
bitch.
pretty tough with that.
No.
Oh, now the cop is being a little
Oh,
Here we go.
shit. Hey, you whooping his ass? Oh, yeah. Oh, that boy went to work on his ass.
Is Trump
That's
going to
crazy.
give that guy immunity?
He might. You know that what he was talking about doing. I guess it depends on if you work for law enforcement or not. Oh, no, it depends on if he's... I thought you were talking about the white guy. My bad. I didn't know you were talking about the black
Did the
police.
white guy say, I'm going to get rich?
Yeah, dude's getting beat up. He
did.
Oh,
He said, I'm going to get rich.
I might well keep whooping your ass then. Fuck it.
This is more entertaining than the game, probably.
Probably.
So what ended up happening? Is this police officer been put on leave, or is what was the outcome?
Should he?
Eventually, the cops put the man in cuffs and hauled him away. I'm guessing he's getting arrested for assault on a police officer, probably resisting arrest with violence.
Probably battering.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Seen
All right.
that show before.
Next up, we got Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are finally about to brawl.
Oh, yeah. When is that?
Heavyweight boxing legend Mike Tyson versus YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul finally get down on Friday, November 15th. It's coming up.
Oh,
Next
shit.
week.
From inside the AT&T Stadium in Arlington. This is a video here of Mike Tyson messing with Hezbollah. You know who that is? He's like a little guy. He's actually 26.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually 26 years old, so this is kind of gross that Mike Tyson is nibbling him like a
Well,
baby.
he thought he was a baby at first.
Yeah, he did.
He said, I thought he was a baby. Then
That's funny shit. But
He's a
yeah,
grown
the
man.
fight is coming up November 15th. So
That's a grown man?
That's
it's
a
going to
grown
be
man.
streaming live on Netflix. That dude's
Yes,
26.
26 years old.
Looks like a baby, but he's
Feel like
not.
a baby.
All right, next up. What
That's
kind of world
A
would
priest's
kill
dream. No.
Peanut the squirrel? It kind of rhymed. In the days following New York's decision to euthanize Peanut the squirrel, fans, lawmakers, and folks just now learning about the social media star
I heard
are
about
growing
that.
increasingly upset. This guy had a website, a page with the squirrel. He raised the squirrel from a baby. And
I remember that.
New York State officials came and arrested him and then went and kicked in the door, got his squirrel and his raccoon, and euthanized them because they said the squirrel may have rabies. But it turns out that there are no reported cases of squirrel to human rabies ever reported.
In the history of...
Ever. So they just
That's
euthanized
stupid.
this poor squirrel for like nothing, and people are all over. And now there have been 10 bomb threats in 48 hours.
I mean, I mean, I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying that squirrel didn't deserve to die.
They're also proposing a new law called Peanuts Law in response to New York's Department of Environmental Conservation's actions. Republican New York Assemblyman Jake Blumenkrantz and Matt Simpson, much easier saying today, co-sponsored a new bill called Peanuts Law, Humane Animal Protection Act, to protect the squirrels.
Well, I wish they'd care about black people.
They're
Much they
eating
care
the
about
squirrels.
Peanut. You know, they ain't make no laws about motherfucking us.
All right, next up, Jason Kelsey got over.
Change the subject quick more on that.
I got to keep going because I don't only have so much time. Jason Kelsey got overprotectual when a fan called his brother homosexual.
Oh,
Jason
shit.
Kelsey appeared to run into some trouble with a college football fan while he was at Happy Valley on Saturday for the Penn State-Ohio game.
That was a good game, I heard.
Video shared to social media, verified by NBC, shows Jason Kelsey walking outside the Penn State Beaver Stadium holding a case of beer while he's surrounded by fans. In the background, a man can be heard shouting at Casey and calling his brother a fag. In the video, Kelsey then apparently turns around, grabs the man's phone, smashes it on the ground, picks it up, and walks away. Another angle appears to show the man after Kelsey asking to get his phone back. In the video, Kelsey appears to repeat the slur back to him, asking, "Who's the fag now?" NBC is still trying to find out who is actually the fag. And finally, move over Moo Dang, a new hippo haggis challenges the cuteness crown. The Edinburgh Zoo launched a cuteness contest between Haggy, its newborn pygmy hippo, and Mudang, the adorable mini hippopotamus that became a viral sensation at Thailand Zoo this summer.
I remember that.
Yep.
Didn't we already see this thing on a previous newscast?
This is the new one. The old one is Mudang. This is the new one, Haggis.
Oh, New Dang.
So every time one of these hippos is born, we're going to break the news here on this show.
It is his news.
What the hell?
What is that thing?
That bitch look like a fucking. I don't even know what.
What's wrong with his head? Like somebody stole on him.
Is it a pit bull? It look like a little pit. It look like a little pit bull for me.
Oh.
You think he's pooping right now?
Makes me think of that game, Hungry Hippos.
Hippos, remember that?
Yes.
Them fucking balls went everywhere.
It's like a penis with a head and some legs, or a turd, like a dog shit.
A giant shit.
Oh
there are only There are only 2,500 pygmy hippopotamuses in Wild West Africa, where it is threatened by poaching and loss of habitat.
Well, and look how small they are. I'm sure the big ones kick their ass every day.
That's the news. Man. I got a new song out this week. It's called "Play Out." It's available on Apple streaming.
Do it
and
check it out.
Y'all go check that shit out.
Hell yeah, do it.
Play out.
Play out.
Play out.
What's some of the lyrics in it? Can you give us a few bars from it?
Don't do that to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
You don't have a couple of lines that you can
It goes, let it all play out. 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 That's the hook.
I don't know why.
That's the name of the hook.
That's how the hook goes.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Why you had to do that little?
Let it all play out.
He had to sell it.
Let it all play out.
What are you hoping is going to play out? Like the election?
Well, it's
was this an election?
No, it's a story
inspired?
about it's actually a story about with a girl, with your relationship. You let it all play out, and you enjoy the moment with your girl. It's about my lady, really, and it's got three good verses.
Like you talking
let it
about
play out, your relationship, the situation,
everything. I think that could work with anything, though. Good concept.
Yeah, nice.
Then
I like
want
it.
You inside of me.
Did you sing?
What are we playing from the truck? I think these guys need to be reprimanded with their heinous drops that they play.
Yeah, your little wild fingers.
I can't wait.
What?
I can't wait.
That's gonna do us.
Is that TV and TV?
I can't wait to have it. What?
Oh shit!
That
That's
is
TV
picture
and
in
TV.
picture
That's
up there.
you on TV.
Oh, that's me.
Hey, that's like an infinity picture in picture.
Yes,
It is the one up there.
It's been a hell of a broadcast.
Too
You
many
know,
Puerto
let's
Ricans
hope
in
the
here.
American people can come together
Unity.
as one.
Yeah,
USA.
They're eating the dogs.
We'll be back next week, God's willing, as long as, the world doesn't blow up between now and then.
It might.
Hey, you never know.
Thanks for coming in, Dirty Red, and thanks to
Hey, man, don't
our
mention it.
producers, Jordan and Jacob in the back. So
Love
long,
you.
everybody.
And thank you to the American people. Yeah.
Yeah, way to fuck it up.
Yeah,
Y'all
shut
fuck
up.
it up, man.
USA, 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 USA,
I'm all
USA.
about that.
Haters.
About that loud.